Brilliant. Okay, we are live again. Day 3 of the Run Against Violence Virtual Team Challenge for 2024. We've got a lot to get through this evening and a very short period of time to do it. And I particularly want to get on to talking to our 2 guests this evening who I'm hoping, we're having a few technical difficulties, and I kind of hope again that these get sorted out as we move forward. So here we go. First of all, on the list, of course, is Happy Father's Day to my dad and all the other dads out there who do the best darn job they can at raising amazing kids. So we can't do enough to value and celebrate the fantastic fathers out there, because being a parent is never an easy gig, and a lot of fathers do it under some very challenging conditions. So thank you for all your incredible work and persistence, and I hope you've had a chance to take that in today, and it's been a good one for you. Today also kicks off the start of National Child Protection Week, which is auspiced by NAPCAN. It's run by NAPCAN every year, the National Association for the Protection of Child Abuse and Neglect, and that is also the organisation that runs Love Bites. They have a fantastic amount of webinars on their website, and it is all about engaging with children and helping children have important conversations. So as you know, the theme for this year for RAV is caring conversations, and so there's no coincidence that our subject matters align for this period. So please jump on to the NAPCAN website, which is napcan.org.au, NAPCAN. You can just Google them and get on their website. Like I said, lots of free webinars happening this week that are incredibly valuable from people who are experts at what they do. Now, you will notice in the ticker, there's slightly different data today. I've been a bit of a data nerd this afternoon, and I've compared the distance that teams did on day 2 with the distance they did on day 3. And I did those percentages are the percentage increase in distance. Now, in a touch of irony, I think, I don't know what you would call it. If you've got a better word for it, stick it in the comments. But the donut runners, yes, donut runners have come out on top with a 982% increase in their distance today. So when you compare what they did on day 2 to what they did on day 3, they've come out top of the pops at 982% increase. Apparently, donuts are quite good for you if you want to go through a very quick ramp up in your kilometres. So have a look at those stats. They're divided into 2 groups in the ticker. So as they work through, you'll be able to see your team and where you sit amongst those percentages. But there have been some very substantial increases in the distances today. So well done, Sundays, and we'll do that for you. And yeah, lots and lots of sun around the place today to enjoy. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, and next bit of news is Reggio's close tonight. At 11:59 p.m, Brad's got the clock set that it will all shut down in terms of the registrations and the shop. Now, we still have people coming in. We have teams set up, I think it was yesterday and today. So please, please, please remember to get those people in by midnight tonight. Last looks, we were sitting at 2,203 people, so that's pretty cool. So we've got a really, really good response this year, and yeah, just please make sure you get those registrations done in time, because I am not entirely sure that Brad would be open to the idea of extending that timeline. He's had a very, very, very big few weeks. Excellent. On to today's highlights. So photos today from day 3. I love being able to get up onto the internet and on the different socials and have a look at what people have been posting and doing. Here's some great photos for you. Margie Lewis, if you're listening, Yes, fantastic job there on dressing up one of your miniature horses in the RAV gear today and taking them out to do some kilometres with you. I'm not sure they're entirely happy with the idea. Miniatures tend to be quite proud horses, but they've worn the gear well. So well done. And Lisa having to grab her cat before she got blown off on her way across the ocean there. Looks amazing. Beautiful sea breezes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Some great photos coming out of parkrun yesterday. This is one of my favourites, of course, is the Mount Gambier crew at their parkrun. They did the parkrun takeover yesterday. What an amazing group of people. And I love the tutus. They go so well with the blue shirts, don't you think? Yes, people that are very, very close to my heart in that photo. And these the Bay Babes. Oh my gosh, I've totally got that name wrong. But you look amazing and you look like you've been out having a great time together. So, yeah, really, really great. Margie's saying, yep, that's Missy. Oh, the pony's name is Missy. So she's done a fantastic job of getting in the theme of things. Excellent, people. Amazing. We're already through day 3. Now, the reason I've rushed through all of that so darn quickly this evening is I want to get on to a conversation. I really hope we're going to have sound here. I'm about to bring into the fold Maria Frazer and Rob Lloyd. Let's go here, go here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, we've got sound.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
I was getting very concerned, but it turns out it was just because you're on the, I guess it's like a green room almost, isn't it? Being held
backstage, they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to turn my volume up so I can hear you well enough.
Here we go.
Yeah, there we go. No, you're right. You're nice and clear. I think it's been
Excellent.
fiddled, like keyboard's been fiddled with during the day and turned down on you. Wonderful. Wow. Okay. So for people that don't know, so Rob, you're a long time RAVer. You were in 2017, weren't you? So you're a RAVer OG. Yeah. And your team is the M3PS. Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me where on earth that name came from?
Okay. Originally, I didn't have a team. And when I contacted you, this is back in 2017, you said, oh, yeah, we've got a team of women here. 9 women and 1 male. And they came up with the name Mighty Endorphin Powered Strangers because every single one of us was a stranger. And the team was born.
Yeah, beautiful.
And we've pretty much participated every year since then with various members. I think there's probably 4 original that are left this year.
Yeah.
People come and go, and we've got new members on the team, including Maria. So
yeah, brilliant. And we describe the RAV teams like Sean has this saying about your grandfather's axe. It's my grandfather's axe. It's had 3 different heads and 10 different handles, but it's my grandfather's axe. So the legacy of the teams continues. It's quite amazing. So Maria, definitely. Is this your first RAV, or
this
is it?
Is definitely my first RAV. So yes, Rob introduced me to RAV and what it was all about, and I thought, what an absolutely fantastic cause. Certainly my life has been touched by family violence, so it was a fabulous opportunity to join the cause and to run in the memory of a friend that I lost. So yeah.
Sorry to hear that. So you did something quite extraordinary starting on Friday night. Now, when you said you're doing your first RAV, most people ease into it a little bit kind of smoother than you had done. Now, before we get into the details of what unfolded on Friday night, what's your I know a little bit about Rob's background with running, but what's your running history in a nutshell? Did you come to running later, or has it been something you've done throughout your life?
No, a little bit later. In a previous life, in my 20s, I was a fitness instructor, taught aerobics classes, and I dabbled in running. I did the odd little fun run here and there, but it was never anything that I really seriously got into. When I was 47, I decided I wanted to really challenge myself and do something different before I turned 50. And
Wow.
I challenged myself to an endurance event, a 30-kilometre endurance event, but it was a walking event. So I
Oh, I didn't ask Rob in a minute why he's giggling in the background there.
because the story is I joined the trail running club that Rob's a part of back in,
Right.
I think it was probably 2018, it was pre-COVID anyway. I think it might have been
Right.
2018. I
18,
can't
19,
quite remember. 2019. And I was actually training for my first 48-kilometre event, so pushing myself further. And I joined the club and I said, look, I'm a walker, not a runner. I'm a walker, not a runner.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
So I was promptly met with, well, that's fine, but we'll turn you into a runner. So to be honest, we sort of got through that, and I still kept saying, no, I'm a walker, I'm not a runner. And then COVID came and went, and I think towards the end of last year, I just decided I had a few extra challenges that I wanted to push myself for. It's like, you know what, I'm going to commit, and 2024, I'm going to commit to my running. So I've really only seriously been running since January.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I rocked up to our Australia Day training run with 1 week's worth of training under my belt and cracked out 30K.
Wow.
30K.
So, and you obviously came back for more, so you must have enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, there's type 2 fun at its best. What can I say? Not fun at the time, but
I noticed you having a bit of a giggle in the background through all of that, Rob. So, what is it triggering some memories for you of particular conversations, or
watching the transformation of Maria over the last few months has been amazing. And our Australia Day run is a 42K run with 1,200 meters elevation, and it's stinking hot. So it's probably the worst conditions you can imagine. So, just to get in the 30Ks, I was just absolutely amazed. And of course, Maria was training for our elephant trail race, which happens in July each year. And from that January training day onwards, Maria was just putting in 100% with all of her training runs. And it was amazing just to watch her grow. And with our weekly runs, she's getting faster and faster. Just amazing. Absolute commitment. Yeah.
So when did the plan for Friday night start to bubble away and become something that was going to happen?
That was born out of Maria doing the staged 100K at Elephant. So that's over 3 days. 25, 50, and then 25 over 3 days. Once Maria had completed that, it was like, well, you've already got this fantastic base. Let's utilize that and go for a full-on straight-out 100, which obviously is going to be at least 20 to 30 hours. We had planned on trying to keep it under 24 hours. But realistically, Maria was capable of doing it. I mean, she had the training under the belt. So I think, what's it been? 3 weeks? 3 weeks ago, we said, right, let's do it.
Yep. Yeah, after the big Nelly
3 weeks.
It was on my bucket list. It was definitely on the bucket list. I didn't expect it to come this soon. And there were quite a few nerves coming up to it, but hey.
So Friday night ticked around, and so on what time was it, about 8 o'clock at night or something?
8 o'clock start. Yeah.
8 o'clock start. You, Maria and Rob decided that they would go run 100K run, just in their backyard. Really, isn't it? Like it was in your local area.
Yeah. On trails.
On trails. I was about to say that. Could you describe the route, Maria? What was the terrain and this 100K? Build a mental picture of it for us.
Well, it certainly wasn't flat. Let's put it that way. And there were times when we had to channel our inner billy goat. So it was definitely challenging. But it was so much fun, and it was so beautiful out there, especially at night. There's just nothing like running in the night. It's just the most amazing experience. So it was, I'm still processing it. I don't think it's still quite sunk in yet. So I've really just been thinking on it and sort of contemplating, and just working it through.
Kirrily, the idea with the night start is we know we're going to have a night stage at some time. Why not put it up front?
Right.
And do the night stage while everyone's nice and aware and not too fatigued. Then obviously the next day when the sun comes up and everyone's happy, we can just continue and just gradually get more fatigue during the day rather than have it happen at night.
Yeah.
So most races would start in the morning. You're running all day, then you go into the night, and of course you're fatigued. It's a lot harder. So I've flipped that on its head, and whenever I do this 100K run with others, we'll generally start at night.
Oh, right. Okay.
Much easier on the body.
Yeah. I found that any time that I did, unsupported runs, and I had worked all day and then gone then gone and done a few hundred kilometres at night, was starting at the night, I was just wrecked. Like it was just, the circadian rhythm would cut in on that first night. But gosh, it teaches you mental toughness. But you're right. Then it's always darkest before the dawn. Then you wake up and you get the boost. And as you say, 100K, you're looking at really only early into the next night that you're finishing. So good one. Brilliant. So did you say that it was 3,700 metres of elevation gain?
Yeah.
So Mount Cook in New Zealand is 3,900 metres above sea level. So basically, over this 100K, not only did you start at night, run on your own, you also virtually ran from the ocean up to the top of Mount Cook.
Pretty much, yeah.
And this is your first 100K. So amazing. How did you get your head around it, Maria? It's a lot to take in.
Look, it is a lot, and I think it's just focusing on the mission and not focusing on the fact that it's 100K. And I know that when I did my staged race, because that was over 3 days, it was 25, 50, 25. I sort of focused on, okay, let's just get the 25 done this day. Let's just get the 50. So for this particular run, I think the focus was just on our drops where we had our our supplies, and it's like the first one was about 30 odd K in, and that's what I was focusing, not the 100 at the end, but okay, this section is to the 30. So just break it up. So just thinking of it in those stages and just working towards that goal and just one step at a time. And that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Now, if anyone's got any questions for Maria or Rob about what they've achieved, please feel free to put them in the comments and I'll put them to them. Otherwise, I'll just keep asking all the questions I'm curious about. I've got to say, Maria, I retired from ultra running in 2019 and looking at you out there and seeing you out there, oh, is that hard getting again? I had a little bit
I'm happy to share my age. I'm 58 and I've just cracked my first 100. So it's an amazing challenge. It's I've just worked towards trying to push my boundaries and see what sort of stuff I'm made of. And you're right about the mental toughness. But I wouldn't be sitting here tonight without Rob and without the club and the wonderful people in that club that have helped me and supported me and pushed me through this. It's just been the most amazing experience to be with such wonderful, like-minded people and to share adventures that, the other ordinary people don't see. There's nothing better than being out on that trail and just being in the moment, like really living life and being in the moment. That's pretty special.
Absolutely. And so is chocolate and sitting on the lounge right I'm joking, of course.
Chocolate's wonderful. Sitting on the lounge. Ooh, no,
it feels good afterwards, doesn't it? Getting those feet up and just having your shoes off and letting your feet, have a bit of air is always amazing. One of the principles I always sort of talk to people about is normalizing the extraordinary. So to hang out with people, as you say, that make doing these distances feel normal is a key part of it, and creating that community for people is really important. And I think that's why we see people achieve a lot of personal firsts during RAV because they're surrounded by people doing all types of extraordinary in their own ways. So, Rob, sorry, you go, Maria.
Yep.
I was just to say, it's a crazy thing when everybody starts somewhere, and I only commented to Rob and to a couple of the others just recently. one of our teammates that had an injury was coming back from an injury, and I said, "Oh, how'd your run go?" And she happened to comment, "I only did 16K." And when you start to do those bigger distances, it's like 16K becomes an only 16K. And I acknowledge there's people that are starting out and 1K is huge, and it's just a whole total mind shift. Like, you just don't think the same ever again.
It is, and it is really important, as you say, to do that little bit of reality check every now and then too. And it is a privilege to be able to do what we do, or what I used to do, what you're doing physically. To have the physical opportunity and all those sorts of things as well is pretty special. And as you say, cherishing every one of those moments that you can do that. Rob, mindset preparation. Was there anything in particular in Maria's mindset that you had to work on, or what do you find often leading into these things that you need
in Maria's case, coming off Elephant 100 staged, it was pretty obvious she had the mindset. There was no dramas there. I think what we had to sort of concentrate on was just simplifying everything.
Right.
Get rid of all the rubbish and complications, just really simplify it so that it's easier just to get through, just to concentrate on one thing, and that is just the goal of just keep moving. We weren't worried about pace. We weren't worried about the climbing. I mean, it's just going to happen naturally. And for Maria, she just shone the whole time. So I didn't really have any doubts or preconceived ideas of how the run was going to go, purely based off what I've seen Maria do. Like, she's got it. The switch is on.
Oh God, that makes me really emotional.
Describe that emotion for me, Maria. What's going on for you?
It's I'm not sure how to actually describe it. It's just I can't put it into words. It just means so much to me that I was asked to do this journey, and I'm just so grateful, as I said, to have had Rob in my corner the whole way. And yeah, I'm still lost for words, but it really is quite an emotional journey to go through. So yeah.
Yeah,
it takes a while to settle in. Yeah, it takes a while to sorry, Rob, to cut you off, but to sink in. Yeah.
It's a big challenge. Like, not just to do that distance, but the elevation, as you would know, Kirrily, like, once you add in the elevation, that just blows out your time. And the longer you're out there, the longer you're suffering. So doing a run like this is just, it's a massive challenge. And mentally, physically, everything that goes into it, you have to be able to get your head around what's going on. And when you see people DNFing in races or failing, not just because of injury, but just sometimes mentally not being able to cope with what's going on, you see that happen. It's like, well, you'd like to be able to try and dig in and just see what's going on with these people, and how you can make it easier or better, and having some way of being able to just give people that information so that they can be able to get on and get the task done. Like, it's elevation is just such a hard thing to throw at people. And, they're either going to be crawling up hills or they're going to be running up them. But luckily we can find something in between. And it just, anyone can run flat. But for the trail runners, it's a totally different aspect. And that takes a lot of training too, obviously. You would know, Kirrily.
Yeah, and I DNF'd, absolutely. I was just trying to remember. I think it was 4 DNFs I stacked up in ultras in total. They were all 100K. 200 miler and 200K. So I DNF'd Great North Walk 100 miler twice before I worked out how to run it. What was North Face 100? Yeah. I think I might have DNF'd. I can't quite remember. Might be 3 or 4 DNFs. But each of those, even though I was being quite sick and everything at the time, I'm sure like a large chunk of it was I felt defeated before I started. in those races. It was, and you learn, as you say, we've got to learn how to.
That's right.
You've got to get your head around it. It's
100%.
Yeah, and I remember learning how to relax with mountains and be a one with the mountain rather than trying to beat it. And trying to fight the mountain. He's going to win. So being able to find that, as you say, a happy, relaxed place and be able to stay there is really important for such.
Definitely. The one thing that came out of this run that I've only just realised this morning is, being mostly trail, we had no communication with the public about RAV. So we pretty much we kept the RAV talk to ourselves because there was no one else. But we did. We can
make up for it. You can make up for it now.
Yeah, we did concentrate on talking to each other about different things that's come into our lives about RAV and whatnot. So, but I was thinking about it this morning. There was no connection with public. So, the last couple of years with my runs, I've been out in the public and been able to have those conversations. But unfortunately, not this time around.
Amazing. I'm super conscious it is Father's Day today, Rob, in particular. I know you've got a dinner being prepared for you, or off to a very, very nice dinner. Yeah. Very good. Maria, any final reflections or thoughts or anything that you want to just share?
Yeah. Look, I just think you just said it was Father's Day, and I just think it's it's a nice time to actually acknowledge my father. He's passed now. And it's through him that I believe that I've become the strong woman that I am. He told me many, many years ago that he said to me, Maria, if you can conquer yourself, you can conquer the world. And I've always tried to live that, and I've tried to reflect on myself and to grow from those things. And this has just been an absolutely life-changing experience, and I think you would well know that once you do this, you're never going to be the same. And it's like, okay, what's next? Where to from here?
Dangerous question, very dangerous question.
When you think I'm thinking about that now and not going, I'm going to curl up, into the fetal position and not think about this. It's like, no, what's next? And
you are way too fresh. 100 k's up the race. There's a race down south called the Coast to Cozzy, sweetie. It's got.
I have heard. I do know that one. We actually did have some chats about some milers over the course of our runs. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what's in the future? But
you are way too fresh.
I want to plan something big for my 60th. So I've got 2 years. So 2026, it's like, okay, I need to plan something big for my 60th. Well, who knows what that will be?
Well, I've had this idea for a run for quite some time, Maria. I don't know if I can get my fitness up to do it, but gee, I could find somebody else to do it for me. That'd be amazing. How does 3,000 kilometres sound?
Wow.
We'll provide the shirt. Love it.
Oh.
Sign
me up. Rob will come too.
Hell yeah, there's no two ways about that. You're amazing, Maria. And Rob, what a journey that you've been able to make possible with Maria, and all the incredible support you've shown to that whole community there. I know you're really quite central to it all.
Well, each year we're doing something for RAV. Like when was it? 2020, doing the League of Kilted Athletes run.
Yep.
And what was it? 2021, setting the record with the 200K. And I was only saying to Maria before, look, hey, you're going to have to do one of those. But it will be RAV time. That's the perfect time for us to jump in and do something big and clock up the Ks for RAV.
Brilliant. Sounds like a good plan to me, I've got to say. Sounds fantastic. Thank you for taking Thank you for taking time out of your evening to come and chat with us. And really, really excited to see where you end up, Maria, and what's comes up on the screen next.
Thanks, Kirrily, for having us. It's been an absolutely awesome experience, and just so blessed to be bringing awareness to RAV and helping to raise some much needed funds. So it's absolutely our pleasure.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And sorry, I was just about to say, Elise Rafferty is saying that's truly an incredible achievement. Congratulations, Maria.
Thanks, Elise.
Well done. We'll speak to you again very, very soon. Have a good rest and have a good Father's Day.
Awesome.
Look forward to it. Thanks.
Thanks, Kirrily.
Okay. Bye.